Hey guys, what's up? This is dietydevil. I was working on my video editor yesterday, and I just found out that the video editor is the best way to explain frames and understand them. So before I get started, let me say that I have always wished that I could make some Tekken tutorials, but the problem is that my English and pronunciation is very poor. So I hope you can understand exactly what I'm trying to explain over here. So there are a few questions that people have been asking on YouTube as well on Facebook regarding frames. Hopefully this video is gonna answer all those questions. We have some most common cues over here. What are 60 frames, what are plus frames, what are minus frames, how to decide which move should be used to punish your opponent on hit or block, what is the exact timing for Kazuya DF2 PEWGF launch, what are safe moves, what are risky moves. uh, Actually, frames are the picture or images of a video. When you are watching a video, it means that you are watching a series of pictures that combine together to form a video. So when you have 60 frames per second, it means that you will get 60 images in 1 second, and 30 frames per second will give you 30 images in 1 second. It's very obvious that the movement is gonna be more clear in 60 frames compared to a 30 frames. I have a clip over here, Heihachi doing OTGF. These numbers shows you the frames, and these numbers shows you the seconds. So as the frame changes, you can see the movement also changes. Let me drag this to the end of the clip, and when you go to the 59 frame and move on to 60 frame, you will get 1 second. Frames actually 60 frames gives you a better video than 30 frames. Alright, so we have another clip over here. I'm using Heihachi, and I'm executing 1, and I'm gonna hit the opponent with 1 and let him guard it and see how many extra frames I have, so I can punish him back. You can visit this website avoidingtheproduct.com for every character frame data, and right now I have the Heihachi Tekken Tech 2 frame data. And over here we have command, damage, raised, guard, hits, and counter. But we are going to be dealing with the command, raised, and guard, because these three things are important when it comes to frames. The command is the notation of the move you are gonna hit your opponent with, like 1, 2, 3, 4, backward plus 1, backward plus 2, EWGF, RTGF, blah blah blah. The raised actually tells you exactly at which frame the move is gonna hit your opponent. So if it says 10, which means that 1 is gonna hit at 10th frame. The raised for 3 is 14, which means that it's gonna hit at 14th frame. So the 1 is faster than 3, and 1 is gonna hit. So let's say if you are going to execute these two moves at the same time, the 1 is gonna hit earlier than 3 because it hits at 10th frame. The guard means if the opponent blocks your move, how long will it take you to recover back to your original position. If you have plus frames, you are safe, and you will recover earlier than your opponent. If you get minus frames, you are at risk, and there is a chance that your opponent might punish you back. Okay, let's get back to the clip. I have two Heihachis over here, and I'm using the right side. I'm gonna strike the opponent with input 1. and as soon it hits him, both the characters will go back to their original position. So at this position I'm not losing any frames. uh, I'll start striking him again with the input 112 and do the same thing with the left side Heihachi. So we are going to find out which Heihachi is going to get punished earlier, the left side or the right side. uh, on the website, the jab 1 uh, recovers 1 frame earlier than the left side Heihachi on guard, so the opponent is at -1 frame. The Heihachi on the right side is most likely gonna strike him first. I can show you a demo over here. Okay, at 0 frame, this is exactly where the jab movement starts, and it hits him exactly at 10th frame. The recovery starts for the Heihachi on the right side at 11th frame because he has 1 extra frame, and the recovery for the left side Heihachi starts at 12th frame. The right side Heihachi has 1 extra frame, so the next 10 frame input will strike the opponent sooner. You can see that because he has 1 extra frame, the left side Heihachi gets punished earlier than the right side Heihachi. Alright, so we have another case over here, the 3-hit combo 112. The 112 hits at the 10th frame and leaves you at -17 frame. The minus sign says how late you are recovering compared to your opponent. The left side Heihachi can punish you with any move that hits and ranges between 1 to 17th frame. You can check out the list of commands that you can use against the 112 on guard, but they have to be in between 1 to 17 frame. You have 1 at 10, 2 at 10, 3 at 14, 4 at 16. You have B backward +2 at 22. This is not gonna work against it because it's beyond 17 frame. You can also use the EWGF because EWGF hits at 14 frame. Scroll down to see all the hit frames and pick one easy on input, and that deals a high damage. The reason why you can't be punished after Heihachi or TGF on guard, because the OTGF leaves you at -7 frame. The command for OTGF is forward neutral down forward +1, and it hits at 24 frame, leaves you at -7 or -6 frame depending on the distance between you and your opponent. So -7 frames are very low. The minimum fastest hit frame you can find for Mishima is the input 1 or 2 that hits at the 10th frame. So you have -7 frame, and the jab hits at the 10th frame, so you are still safe by 3 frames. The EWGF is a very famous and stylish move performed by every Mishima. The notation for EWGF is forward neutral down down forward +2. It hits at 14 frame and gives you +5 frame. This is the most safest move you will find on the Mishima command list, but it's still a high move, so it can be ducked and punished with while standing commands. To the first case where Heihachi hits the opponent with the input 1, even if you have 1 extra frame after the recovery, The next hit won't work against ogre backward 1+2. It takes 10 frames for Heihachi to reach the next jab, so in total you need 9 frames because you already have 1 extra frame. But ogre backward 1+2 hits at 8 frame, so ogre is still leading by 1 extra frame. Heihachi is the one getting punished over here. Okay guys, one last example for frames. Any command that gives you 0 extra frames on block, the 2 gives you 0 frames on block, which means that you and your opponent are recovering at the same time. They are safe, but after the recovery, if the same move is executed from both sides, it will be a double hit. Both characters are recovering at the same time, and both hits have the same frame, so obviously it's striking at the same time. The 2 gives you 0 frames on block, so if this move is performed from both sides at the same time, right when they are recovered back to their original position, both will get hit at the same time. Kazuya DF2P EWGF launch, it's one of the most awesome and hardcore combo you will find in Tekken. With this combo you can always get a death combo with any character on Tekken roster, depending how much you are good at Tekken. There is no shortcut to DF2P EWGF launch. You have to practice it day and night to the point that you can easily pull it off in matches, but it's still not guaranteed, no matter how fucking skilled you are at Tekken. The DF2 hits at 13 frames and leaves you at -12 or -11, depending how far you are from your opponent. If you hit it from a far position, you will have -11 on block, and if you hit it from a closer position, you will have -12, which means you can still save your ass by 1 frame if you hit it from the far position. If the DF2 hits on counter, you have 13 or 14 frames to make it air juggle using EWGF, and if you are late, this combo will start off as a grounded juggle, counting the second hit as air hit. The DF2 hit strikes at 13 frame, and as soon the opponent starts bending on his knee, that's where you have to input 13 frame EWGF. If you lose a single frame, the EWGF won't launch him to air, which means that you have to be really strict with timing. There is no shortcut to this move, so keep doing it, keep practicing it until you can get it right. Alright guys, I hope this tutorial video was helpful in some way, and I'm sorry for my English. I know I didn't explain it in more clear words, the way it should be, but I still tried my best. So if there's anything I missed, please keep it posted in the comment section. I'll try to make another video for it. So yeah, that was it. Don't forget to leave some feedback, and good luck with the practice. Take care.